Okay, let's go.
All right, all right. Well, everybody, welcome to our Thursday AMA. There's a few things that we're gonna brush up on this week or today, actually. First of all, I hope everybody had a great week leading up to today, and I hope you guys have a great weekend following this. But anyways, if you're listening, we have some cool things for you guys today. We're gonna start off with very good announcement, which is we're getting listed on another exchange. We're getting listed on a exchange called P2B. Right now, as of right now, they're a top 60 exchange, but they fluctuate. They fluctuate. I've seen them on the top 40s. I've seen them on the top 30s, but they consistently average about $1 billion a day in trading volume, which is something that is, really, really good. So we're happy to be adding them to our tier of exchanges. I believe we're at 9 now or 10. Roof, what are we at? I know you might know off the top of your head.
Yeah, but
It might be 10.
yeah, we're
So
gonna
I
be
think we're at
nine,
10 exchanges
nine, yeah.
now. I'll double check here in a second. I'm kind of walking around in
I
the room,
think
so I'm not
it's
staring at a screen or anything. But
yeah, I think it's
Nine
nine,
including yeah.
including that one. Yeah.
9. Okay, 9. All right. So we're almost in double-digit exchanges, which is great. That technically that means we've been getting on average one exchange per month since we originated, right? Since we started, which is pretty cool. Which is really good, actually. So we're going to keep on top of that pace. Eventually, I mean, the more exchanges we're on in the future and down the line, the more exposure we'll get, the more avenues will open for people to actually be able to be a part of the Shibadoge project. And obviously there is a large majority of people who strictly just trade on exchanges and they don't use Uniswap at all because maybe they're intimidated by it or they just don't know how to use it or maybe they just love using exchanges. But regardless, the point is that we're happy that we're expanding in that end and we're going to continue to do so. Even though that we've been preaching, like, obviously with current market conditions, it might not be the best catalyst to be, announcing exchange listings, whatnot, because they perform much better in a bull market. But, always expect the unexpected, and we're going to just continue doing what we think is right for the community and what we think is right for the growth of the project. Other than that, I mean, we're looking forward to it. There is currently no official listing date. They're still working out some of the back end things and preparing the announcement for that. So, we can expect it probably within the next few days to get an official listing date. So, keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll let you guys know when that's going to happen. I don't think it'll be too long from now, though. Excuse me. One other thing I want to touch up on, and this is something that Alex and Max actually brought to my attention yesterday. I was talking to them, and we were talking about, YouTube, and we were talking about our AMAs and how we upload all of our AMAs to YouTube and this and that. And one thing that I hadn't really paid attention to were the amount of views that our AMAs actually get on YouTube, right? I've always went back and listened to our AMAs and whatnot, like if I wanted to, touch up on something or just kind of like get a whole vibe of what I was talking about in the current AMA or whatever, just backtracking. But I never focused on the amount of views that we get. And I was honestly pleasantly surprised at the amount of views that we were pulling in on these AMAs. Some of them were at like 800 views, 900 views, 600 views. Like on average, we're pulling on at the bare minimum like 500 views on average, right? Which is pretty cool considering these AMAs are long. They're about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes even longer. And people actually go back and listen to them, or they might not go back. It might be people who can't attend the AMA live, so they go and listen to it then. But statistically, that's great because there's, a whole different group of people, a whole different audience of people that we don't see firsthand. We don't experience firsthand in the community because they're just like silent investors, silent participants. But, that gave me like a whole different sense of how I should be thinking about these types of things. So moving forward, I'm always going to keep that in the back of my head that, hey, there are actually a enormous amount of people on the back end that actually listen to these in and digest everything that is being said on it. So we have a platform, guys. We have a huge platform. We have a huge support base, and we have a huge audience that is continuously growing. And talking about audience, that's one of the big things that we're going to be shifting focus on, is to continue to grow an audience, as well as continue to grow the user base, right? And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is our audience is people who are just listening, compared to, you know, our user base, who are people who are also listening but are also interacting and are also like part of the project. Why do I think it's so important to build an audience as well? Is because those people who are listening eventually can convert and become like, you know, like yourselves and, you know, other big time supporters and other people who are involved in the project. So it's all about conversion as well too. And even if these people aren't, you know, able to join the project, you know, some people might not be able to afford to get in and be a part of the group, or might not be able to have the luxuries in life to be able to, hey, you know, put aside a certain amount of money, invest it into a project or invest it into a community. And I understand that. And I don't think that the things that we talk about in here should exclusively only be for the community in the sense that's directly involved. I think we're such a powerhouse that we should be trying to help everyone, whether they're in our community or not able to join our community. But if they're listening to us, and if they're on the same page as we are, then they deserve to kind of get a taste of what happens in the Shibadoge community too, right? Because it's all about positivity. It's all about, you know, knowledge and sharing the knowledge, and it's about, you know, growing as people in the space too. So, excuse me. Moving forward, like I said, I'm going to keep that in the back of my head, and we're going to start doing more interactive things on YouTube as well too. I mentioned last week that we're going to be starting to do a Twitter AMA type of a Twitter approach to these AMAs, and that's something that I want to start getting the ball rolling on next week. I already have a whole plan and an agenda put together of how that's going to happen. So our next Thursday AMA, we're going to be hosting it on Twitter Spaces, and we're probably going to do the next 4 Thursday AMAs on Twitter Spaces. And this is going to be more like a test and trial for me, to kind of see how the idea works and kind of see how the engagement works as well too. So leading up to the Thursday AMAs, like on Monday or on Tuesday, what I'll do is I'll put a tweet out there, and I'll instruct people, and I'll be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna go on AMA. I'm gonna go on Twitter Spaces on Thursday at, let's say, 4:30 PST, like we normally do, and I'll say, hey, if you guys have a question for Leo, tweet at me. So you guys will tweet at me, hashtag, you know, AMA with Leo, or hashtag Shibadoge AMA, or hashtag whatever I decide to put in there, right? So I'll put the instructions out there of how to participate in the AMA. And this way we'll actually get a lot of people driven to the AMA as well too, because there will be a lot of curiosity as to what kind of Twitter Spaces we'll be hosting to the people who don't know about the project or don't know about our AMAs, or maybe they do know about Shibadoge but they never attended an AMA. So yeah, we're gonna try that out. We're gonna give it a shot. I think it'll be good. I think it'll continue to you know, grow our user base on that end of Twitter as well too. And it'll be something for YouTube too, like a good change, because you know, we do upload all of these AMAs onto YouTube, and I think reformatting it and, you know, titling it as, you know, Twitter Spaces, you know, episode 1 or whatever we decide to title it, I think will be a nice change in the algorithm and a nice change in the titles. So yeah, looking definitely forward to it. Sorry if I'm talking too fast, guys, but another thing that I want to address is I've been getting a lot of DMs. I've been getting a lot of tags about a certain metaverse. It's called the Helix Metaverse, and people wanted me to look into it. People are saying, hey, it's a cool looking metaverse and whatnot. So I checked it out, and visually it looks cool. Visually, it looks like, you know, like the GTA game and whatnot. So, you know, right now they're doing partnerships with different projects and whatnot. So I haven't reached out to him or anything yet. I'm still doing my own research onto it. I just wanted to let you guys know that your voice is heard, and I did notice what you guys want us to kind of put a little bit of attention towards. So it's noted, and I'm currently doing research on it, and I'll keep you guys updated as to how things progress on that end. So that might be something that can be cool, because I personally like the way that everything looks in there, and I thought it was like one of the best looking metaverses that I've seen, in a sense. So maybe something, maybe nothing, who knows? Let's give it a few weeks and let's see what happens, and I'll let you guys know how things progress. So yeah, other than that, before I get into the DAO proposals and start reading some of those out, let's take some questions, because we'll do this a different way around. So we'll take some questions. If there are any questions, let's talk a little bit, get that out of the way, and then we'll start reading the DAO proposals. So if anybody has anything they want to talk about, get off their chest, ask, feel free.
Quick question. Sorry, I joined in a little bit late, but did you get a chance to talk about the video? The video strategy?
No, I didn't. I completely forgot. Go ahead, if you want to be the bearer of the news, be my guest, my friend.
Yeah, definitely. I'll touch on it. So we just uploaded. So in the last month or so, we've been growing our team internally tremendously, from creating a bigger video team to creating a bigger tech and development team. There's a lot that we're working on, and we've had to hire a lot of people to continue to expand and prepare for the market. And one of the things that we have built has been this video team. So essentially what we're trying to achieve here is taking our legacy experience from building brands in Web2 and understanding the value of being known everywhere and seen everywhere. One of the big ways we've been able to grow our brands so successfully in Web2 has really been from understanding the value of viral content and being able to distribute that everywhere. So we're taking that mentality and building for Shibadoge now. So what we've done is we've hired a video team of 8 people currently, and that first YouTube video that went live about an hour ago is a product of that. That one video.
I'll go ahead and pin that in the chat right now. Thanks.
Yeah, that one video took 5 people to make and about a week almost to make. It took a tremendous amount of effort, but I'm absolutely proud of how the video came out. And essentially what the vision here is to create content about Web3, crypto, and NFTs in an educational and entertaining way to basically get millions of people across social media to want to learn something new. And when they learn something new from us and we're providing value to them, then they're learning about our project as well and will be interested to join our community. So this is the first video, and what we're going to be doing also is after the YouTube video is made, that video team has the capability to take that video and edit it up, cut it up in ways where it's going to be formatted to get posted on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. So essentially, one video lives everywhere. And we know historically from our past experience that that's the best way to create content, because if we have a great piece of content and it lives on YouTube, then that's great. It's going to go viral on YouTube. But if we have a viral video on YouTube, why shouldn't we have that video going viral on other platforms? So the statistic is, by posting the same video on multiple different platforms, you will increase visibility by 300%. So long story short is I'm tremendously excited about having this video team built, and clearly you guys saw the first product of it, and expect to see a lot more coming. Our goal is to
Yeah.
do three.
Sorry.
Yeah, Leo.
Go ahead.
Our goal is to do 3 YouTube videos a week, and over 7 TikToks a week, 7 Instagram videos a week, Facebook videos a week. So there's going to be over like 20 pieces of content a week going out on all the platforms once this engine is running smoothly. And so I, I'm really excited. The video just got posted. It's getting a tremendous amount of feedback, very positive feedback. It seems like you guys are loving it. It seems like it's reached a lot of people already outside of our community, and they've had a lot of positive things to say about it. And this is something that is going to be a rolling ball where over time it's just going to become bigger and bigger and more powerful, because the more videos we create and post, the more views we're going to be getting. And then we're going to have this amazing library of content that over weeks, months, years is just going to keep getting more views and more eyeballs. So if you can imagine, the better the topics get, the better the videos get. And as more people are searching for crypto and Web3 and NFT stuff on social media, the more visibility we're going to be getting. So this this is going to be huge for the project, tremendously huge. It sets us up in a position where instead of us always having to go find the next YouTuber to make a YouTube video for us, we become the next YouTuber. We become a
100%.
media company where people are coming to us and saying, "Whoa, you guys create amazing content, have an amazing audience. Let's do something together." And I much so rather invest a lot marketing dollars into building our team and getting that distribution towards our content, rather than having to always rely on other people making content and leveraging their audiences. With the bigger the audience we can create, the stronger our community is going to be. So kind of this shift in mindset of becoming a creator and really becoming a media brand is going to be a huge play for Shibadoge. So I wanted to come on here and kind of express that so you guys can get kind of an idea of how we're thinking about this. But definitely keep the support coming, and if you guys want to see topics on specific things made, uh, definitely make sure to comment on the YouTube videos. And we're going to work together with the community to just keep improving this and keep making it better. So I hope you guys enjoy the content that you'll continue to see.
Well said, Max. And just to put into perspective what Max was trying to portray here, right? Look at Amazon, for example. They started selling books, right? That's how they started off. They were a book company selling books online. And then they started branching out and selling other items. And then they started doing all kinds of different things in the field. So they didn't just stick to selling books. They didn't just stick to selling, razor blades for shaving on the internet. They expanded. Now they have the media companies. Now they have space companies, all kinds of things like that. So us being a media company in a sense in the future too is just showing you how Shibadoge and how the Shibadoge Labs ecosystem is continuously growing, and we're keeping our heads and brains working in the background to find different avenues of growth and ways that we can expand and get into different branches of business, in a sense you could call it. Trying to, all in all, everything that we do is strategically done to bring in more people and bring in more attention to the project. And Max said it best. He said, we're out there looking for the next best YouTuber to make a video or do this or do that. And after we worked with so many different YouTubers, and after we worked with so many different content creators or whatever, you can never get exactly what you want out of a person, in a sense, because they're not thinking the same way that you are as a company, or they don't have the same goals as you, or they have different standards that they don't want to shift in anyone's favor. So us being able to create a platform where we're able to monetize what we want to be put out there without anyone kind of like, putting their own narrative on it, and us showing what we want you guys to see from our heart, is really showcasing the true colors of where the Shibadoge project will go in the future. And honestly, I hope it gives a sense of validation to the community, knowing that, hey, these guys are actually working hard to expand in the background. They started as a token project, and then they introduced NFT ecosystem, and then they introduced the community ecosystem, and then now they're bringing in media ecosystems, and what's next to come. And there is a lot of new things that are going to be coming, and a lot of things that we're working on in the that are in the pipeline as well, including the dynamic NFT stuff that we've been talking about for so long, and a lot of game-changing opportunities that are being built in the back end that we don't really portray and talk about every day. That doesn't mean that there isn't stuff being done that's like astronomical in the background. In a sense, the things that you don't see and the things that you don't hear about are the things that hit the hardest, right? If you don't see it coming, you feel it a lot more, in a sense, right? So we're never ones to come out here and promise you guys things that we won't be able to 100% know we're going to be able to deliver on it. So a lot of those things that are like really, really ambitious, that are kind of like, hey, maybe we can pull this off, or maybe there's a chance we can't, we won't announce those type of things. We'll work on it in the background until we realize, like, hey, okay, it's done, we did it, and then we'll announce it, rather than coming in here and prematurely saying something and then it not working, and then us looking like the bad people. So we've learned from past mistakes like that, and we know that doing things the correct way will take longer. There is no shortcuts. Some people might be mad that they have to wait so long for stuff, but then again, there's the other group of people that are hanging out, chilling, having a great time in the community, and vibing with us, and watching us grow. We're maturing at a very, very healthy pace, and I'm just proud of everybody involved, including you guys, and including people on the back end team, including everybody who contributes anything to help the project grow. We never ask you guys to do anything for us other than just support, and just that enough is more than enough for us to continue to work hard to bring great things to the project, and great advancements to the community as well. So Max, you said it very well. Everything that you talked about was on point, and I'm sure everybody understands it.
Yeah, and someone brought up a good point, saying that, I'm reading the chat right now. Someone said, as dumb as it sounds, it's super important to have a good voice doing the voiceovers, and that voice was great. We actually interviewed over 10 voice actors to find the perfect voice. So every single part of the video, every member of the team, like, we put in a tremendous amount of effort to make sure it's the right person working on each part of the video. Like I said, that one video had over 5 people working on it, from the voice actor to the editor and so on. And I think the quality of the content really shows and reflects that, and it's also going to reflect in the performance as well. So, and think about it, this is just our first video. We're going to get so much better as we do more and we learn more. So I love that people are noticing those little things about the videos, because you might not notice it just looking at the video right away, but there's a tremendous amount of work done in the background to put all those pieces together.
Yeah, I still think we should have had Blue Sparrow do the voiceover, though, man.
Maybe we'll have to do a feature video one of the upcoming ones.
One of these days. Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed the voice guy too. A roof like that.
That was funny.
Yeah, guys.
Hey, this
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's good. This checks a box off on our roadmap for
It does.
obtaining media, right?
It does. In a sense, it does. If you guys really want to think about it, this is more powerful than us obtaining any other media, because if we obtain any other media, we're under their rules and just the way that they operate. So, us having our own media really opens a lot of doors for us and a lot of avenues, because we direct the narrative now, not anybody else. And, we're not at anyone else's mercy for the media and content that's being put out there. Everything that's being put out there is, developed by the Shibadoge Labs team. And it is content that we know our community will digest and like and love, and things that we personally love ourselves too, and things that we're interested in ourselves. And I think that's what is the most powerful thing, that it's all coming from the heart, and it's all coming from, where we originate. And as long as it hits home, it's going to be big. And it's not even about it blowing up fast. I don't care of the numbers growing super fast. That's not the point. The point is to solidify it, make it something that is concrete, and something that is sustainable, and something that people actually love. And if people can learn something from it and get entertainment out of it and whatnot, then we know that we've accomplished our job.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's about. We want to have fun making amazing content, and if we're having fun, then it's going to show as a result, and people are going to learn something from it. People are going to be entertained by it, and it's just going to make things better. It's going to make things more enjoyable. So if we're doing all of that, if we're having fun, we're providing value, there's no way it can't be a success. So the key always goes back to, with everything we do in the project, are we having fun? Is the community having fun? That is like the number one prerequisite question we need to answer when we do things. Not how many views are we going to get, how much is this going to drive, what is it going to drive? Is it fun? Is it providing value? Does it make the project stronger? That's it. And the results will speak for itself as long as we're doing those things.
Yep. Keyword is having fun, man. Look, in a bull market, literally everyone has fun, and they have fun without even trying, right? Because that's just what the upside of a bull market is. People are just always having fun because that's what a bull market entails. But when you're actually having fun in a bear market, you need to put an effort into kind of like creating a fun environment. And the way that we've been able to find success in doing that in a bloody market, for example, it speaks volumes for our community and for the people who are actually involved in this project, because the amount of positivity and the amount of support that is needed to maintain something like that in a market condition like this, it's invaluable, guys. Like, I mean, people look straight through it because it feels like everyday, like normal life. But reality is that the positivity here and the engagement and the support is through the roof. Like, the levels are extremely high, and this is what gives me the most satisfaction, knowing that you guys are in it for the long run, in a sense, right? And why am I so happy about that? I'm so happy about that because I've always preached about patience, and how being patient and being involved and contributing and kind of being a part of a community is an important thing. Networking, building those relationships, and everything that we've all been doing for the past 10 months now, it will all pay off in the sense of I'm not going to say financially pay off, but it will pay off in the sense of like accomplishment, right? Because the connections you're making today, the friends you're making today, the experiences, the knowledge, like all of that, it all adds up. And nothing good happens overnight. Everything is has to happen at its pace. And once you pace things out, and once you're patient, and once you're able to harness the power of patience, then everything works itself out. So, give you guys the pat on the back. The people who come in here and support the AMAs, listen to us week after week, give their 2 cents week after week, participate in the DAO proposals, which we're going to get into after this. comment on the YouTube videos and on the Instagram posts and the Twitters and do all their retweets and stuff. It all goes a long way, guys. And you guys are all at the core of the foundation of everything, right? Because without you guys, this wouldn't exist. Without us, it wouldn't exist. So it's like everything needs to be working simultaneously for it to work the way that it's been working. And I mean, like it will continue, but the thing is, the way that we're going, the pace that we're going at, it is accelerated because of the amount of support that we have and the amount of people who are coming in on a daily basis or a weekly basis, monthly basis. It wouldn't be possible without the amount of support and the amount of positivity that's being shown and shared in here. So, you know, from the bottom of our hearts, that, you know, from the people behind the scenes, like, we just want to thank you guys for that, because without your support, you know, nothing would have been possible. And we do not take that for granted whatsoever. You know, and I feel like we don't say that enough. We don't thank you guys enough for the support that you guys have given the project. So just know, I mean, that is one of the things that we're most grateful for, and I will continue to be grateful for it. So honestly, thank you guys. But let's yeah, if there's any questions, let's take some questions, and then I'll get right into the DAO proposals. I won't be reading all of them, guys. I'll just be reading a select few. So let's just keep that in mind. Oop, I accidentally closed the tab. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, no questions. Should I get into it?
Yep. I don't think we got any. Scarface, go ahead. Scarface, I think, is last question.
What's up, Scarface? Oh, maybe he just accidentally unmuted his mic.
Yeah, guys, if you got any questions, just come up. Unmute yourself. It's an open mic today.
Yeah, I think all of our AMAs should be open mic moving forward, Roof, unless it's like something that, you know, is literally just an announcement based AMA only, and, you know,
Okay.
there shouldn't be any open mics. I'll let you know. But moving forward, I think open mics is the way to go. And, you know,
Where's Fahad? I miss his questions.
He said he was.
He
He said he was boarding a plane. So I think yeah.
That's not an excuse.
I know.
Planes have life nowadays, man. But Max, if he's anything like me and you on the plane, he's probably knocked out. He's sleeping right now, dude.
If he's anything like you, he's already 8 drinks in on that plane.
Yeah, me and Max, last time me and Max were on an airplane together, and it was like a 6.5 hour flight. And I swear to you guys, we teleported. Like that flight was almost instant. We fell asleep as soon as we got on the plane before it even took off. And when we woke up, we were landing. It was the greatest flight I've ever had. But my neck is still sore.
Alcohol can do that to you. It takes you from one place to another, and you forget how you even got there.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know how I drink that much, dude. I'm not like an avid drinker. I don't drink every day. I don't even drink every week, but maybe like
it's not
just on occasion or when we go out.
That you drink. It's not even that you drink a lot. You just drink so fast. Guys, you've never seen a faster drinker than Leo. He gets he orders a drink, and before let's say the waiter or waitress can take in our order, he's already done with it, and they look at him like, where did that drink go? It's unbelievable. I've never seen anyone able to, you've seen those videos probably like oh, watch me drink this water bottle in like 5 seconds. That's Leo, but with vodka.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely a fast drinker, and it's not even that I'm fast. Like, yeah, I am fast. I remember we were sitting at that bar, and by the time you finished your one drink that you had ordered, what was I in? Like 5 drinks, 6 drinks? When we were sitting next to the guy who was ordering the $3,000 shot, the what was it? Louis the 13 cognac
Yeah,
drinking.
yeah.
I can't believe that. So we're sitting next to some guy at a bar, guys, and this guy is ordering shots, like a small shot of a cognac, and each shot costs like $800. $800, and he just like drinking them. And I'm looking at this guy. I got money. Max has got money. We spend money like it's nothing, but $800 for a shot of alcohol, right, is insane. I would never. Like, that's just ridiculous. I'd rather go and give it to somebody.
No, I'd rather grow my Shibadoge bag. That's ridiculous. And
Yeah, it's
keep in
ridiculous.
mind, this was on like a Tuesday at 1 p.m., like at lunch. Like, who does that?
And you could tell this guy, he was like a mobster, a gangster. He had like a whole like uh army of people standing behind him and whatnot, right? And I'm sitting right next to him. And some people would be intimidated, right? Because the guy's a huge guy, all tattooed. You could tell like he doesn't mess around. And I turn around and I turn around and I'm looking at him.
Let me say.
I wanted
Let
to
me
say,
say it.
go ahead. Yeah.
Leo turns to this guy. He's like, he's like, hey boss. The guy looks at him. He's like, you know why that shot is so expensive? And then the guy looks at Leo. He's like, no, tell me why. And then Leo tells him, it's because of the bottle that you're drinking out of. That bottle takes months to make, and then you can always send that bottle back to the factory in Italy, I believe, and they'll refill it for you, and like gives him this whole history lesson about the cognac that this guy is drinking. And then the guy's like, damn man, good looking out, like thanks. And it's like, this dude just spent like $5,000 having like 5 shots of this, and he doesn't even know what he's drinking. But only Leo would bring that up and like entertain the guy.
Yeah, like, keep
That's
in mind
funny.
this guy. He was wearing a gold diamond and gold necklace that was probably the same weight as my left arm. I don't know how he was keeping his neck in place, man. Like, I don't know how those people operate the way that they do, man. Kudos to them, because I would never be able to like go out with like 30 of my friends and have them all stand on my back so I can have a drink. But anyway, good times, man. Good times for sure.
Yeah, I think Leo just wanted a shot. He wanted him to offer him a shot, right? That's what you wanted.
I mean,
Yeah.
did I want to offer him a shot, or did I want him to offer
No,
me a shot?
I said you probably wanted him to offer you a shot of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that before plenty of times. I hadn't paid $800 for it. I just went to places where there was like parties and gatherings going on where it's being served, like those higher end parties and stuff. But it's nothing to be going crazy about. It's a regular cognac, right? It's a
Right,
regular
right.
cognac that costs a lot because the bottle is made out of like a special crystal that takes months to build. So the bottle costs like $8,000, $5,000, but the cognac
No.
inside only costs like, yeah, the bottle, just a glass, costs 5 grand, more than 5 grand. But the alcohol inside is only worth like $300 to $500. You can send the bottle in back to the company and they refill it for under $500. I'm trying to explain to this guy that you're getting ripped off. Stop ordering that. Get something
All
different, you
right.
know? And
I see. Yeah, I
yeah,
see. Oh,
yeah,
damn. The bottle cost. Oh my God. That is expensive for a
yeah.
bottle.
Yeah, it's expensive. Here, I'll link you guys the bottle right now.
So he's paying that much money for a shot just because he was in a expensive bottle. What?
Exactly.
Exactly. It's just a status thing.
Yeah, and he didn't even know. But I had to tell him. Like, I just linked it in the chat. That's what this guy was drinking.
Sure, that was in a film a while ago with like Tom Cruise and what's his name, Brian somebody, Special FX or something like that. It was called.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah. No, it's very popular.
Yeah,
very popular. I actually, I got gifted a small bottle of this that when I got married, it was a wedding gift. When I got married, one of my family members gifted me a small bottle of this. I never opened it. I still have it at my house, and it's kind of like, just in my drawer. It's a collectible thing. Yeah, I don't even think you're supposed to drink this. It's more like just a collectible thing that people have in their collection. But it's a waste of money, dude. In any way you look at it, any way, shape, or form you look at it, it's just a waste of money. I don't think a lot of things are a waste of money, but I think this is a waste of money.
absolutely crazy. I love it.
I'd rather buy what can you buy? 1,000 bottles of burnt hair with that? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Or 100 bottles, actually. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get into this DAO stuff, huh?
Yep.
All right. Where were we? We were here. I might have even read some of these. Oh, no, this one's new. So this one is from Tony Dory. He says, "Hello, I am Tony Dory." Sorry, I'm echoing somewhere. Is that from Max or? Yeah, Max, it's you. There we go. Says, "Hello, I am Tony Dory. I want to bring forth the opportunity to create a Shibadoge bus. I am currently the owner of a bus that I recently purchased off my cousin. This bus is completely livable with all the chairs being pulled out and turning it into an RV style type of home. No, I don't live in a bus, LOL," he says. "I live about 35 minutes outside one of America's biggest cities, Chicago. I spent quite a bit of time in and around highly populated areas. My hometown is just under 200,000 people, and Chicago itself is just under 3 million people, with neighboring areas such as Tinley Park, Joliet, Naperville, all being in the hundreds of thousands. I am at heart a Chicago person. I tend to spend my time going to Chicago Blackhawks games, White Sox games, and Chicago Bears games. Not only that, I know owners firsthand at local businesses where the bus can spend time parked there for a week or even two. The list is Greenhouse called Aswood Nursery, Jameson's Pub with 6 locations, Chicago Reptile House, the 11th best reptile house in the nation, a little place called Amazon Warehouse on north side of Joliet. My approximate price estimate about 6.1 ETH, but with the remaining 0.9 ETH for my previous DAO, I will only need 5.2 ETH for the full vinyl wrap. Every window will hold a special and specific NFT from a member. I also want to install lights under the bus that light up at night. All funds not used on the bus will be returned. Thank you." Okay, so in a nutshell, Tony is proposing to. So Rojo was the last person who got a wrap on their car, right? And he did the Shibadoge wrap on Jeep. So Tony is proposing to do the same concept, the same thing on a school bus, like a full-on, 25-foot or whatever feet they are, however big they are, school bus, which obviously will stand out like a sore thumb. Right now, as of right now, it's got 89.7 zillion votes or whatever the heck it is. I don't even know because it's just labeled as a T, but 69% of the community that's voted on it so far is for it. 25% is against it, and 4% is abstained to it. So I'm curious to see how this will end. The The start date was just yesterday is when the proposal went up. So feel free to go on there, cast your vote. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this. I think it'll be pretty cool to have a school bus, a huge school bus wrapped in Shibadoge and whatnot. So Tony, I think if you want to help your cause, maybe you can put like a kind of a graphic, a visual graphic, like just like it doesn't have to be like photoshopped all perfect or anything, but kind of like take a picture of the bus and kind of like in so we can envision like what you want to do with it in a sense, right? Because when Rojo did it, he kind of had like a whole mock-up and a sketch of what he wanted to do with the wrap of his car, which I think was really convincing to a lot of people that they liked. So maybe to help your cause, you could do that and shine some light on what you want to do. But all in all, I think it's a pretty cool proposal, and let's see how it plays out in the next few days. I think the end date on it is December 1st. So let's see if we can meet the quarry for that before that. So yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is, let's see, I think I might have read this one. Give me 1 second, let me just skim over it. Okay, yeah, we read this one last time. Okay, so here's one. This one has to do with a music track. So let's get into this. It says, I've managed to get in touch with Brandon Burnett. He is the biggest musician, rapper, producer in the Web3/NFT space. Brandon has produced music tracks for big NFT projects, as well as previously written and produced songs for the Backstreet Boys, Keith Urban, Rich the Kid, Ian Dior, Afrojack, Steve Aoki, to name a few. After getting in touch with him, he was formally expressed to produce music tracks for Shibadoge. We could do so much marketing with music and make it go viral on social media, and even create contests for the community to do their own music video or small clips to the track. A great music track can be an anthem for Shibadoge, and we could even use it for intros to our AMAs, YouTube videos, etc. Ooh, okay. To listen to some of his work, you can find him on SoundCloud, and then it's linked to his SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com/Brandy N, like Nancy Music. One of his most recent work was for Moonrunners. There are 4 tracks. After listening to these, I automatically thought the style would suit a Shibadoge to the Moon track. Check out these tracks here, and then there's a link to some tracks, and then follows up by saying, why choose Brandon? Brandon is heavily involved in the Web3 and NFT space and has proven records in this area. So he would know how to write lyrics based on the Shibadoge project, crypto/token/NFT, and the community. If we are interested in formally engaging with Brandon to commence work, his rate is typically around $2,500. His Twitter is at Iman8. Please check out his work, Shibadoge to the Moon, #Shibadoge to the Moon. And this one was written by Elon Vitalik.eth. So another Elon Vitalik proposal. This guy always has some banger proposals, man. Elon, you really do a great job with these, and I'm really proud of you and your creativity. So check it out, guys. This proposal has an end date of January 6th, or until it could reach its quota. So far, 65% of people have voted for it, and 34% have voted abstain, which is not against. It just means that they don't care. It could be for or against. It doesn't matter. So 4 is obviously winning right now. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. That was a cool one, though. I think music is a good idea, because music is another form of entertainment and another form of media, and just there are some jingles, and if you can actually perfect a jingle, it could be a very good marketing idea and structure as well too. Like there are some really crazy music tracks out there that companies have used and produced that really cement in people's heads, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Like people all know that, they can relate to that anytime they hear that. It's not even music; it's just like a tone. But I'm thinking of it like music, for example. But people know what that is when they hear it. So it's just all about brand awareness. And yeah, I think music could be good. It just needs to be done correctly. And yeah, move on to the next one. I'm going to read two more, guys. I don't want to go too crazy into it. We didn't even really have that many new proposals anyway, but I'll just read two more and then we'll call it there. Let me just pick one that we haven't read though. Okay, we read that one. We read that one. Okay, this is one that I was reading when I was sick like 2 weeks ago. This is the only one that I kind of went over when I was sick, and I don't think I gave it as good of a shot as I should have because of how sick I was, and I just really was congested. I couldn't read. So let's go ahead and read this one again. This one's titled Shibadoge Diamond Hand Globe. It says, imagine the fun and utility of a map of the world which shows where our diamond hands are all over the globe. A 3D website is created for holders of Shibadoge and the Burn token and NFTs to enter in which country they reside in the world. Holders remain completely anonymous, not signing any wallet or a social media handle, just selecting the token they own and their country from a drop-down menu. Once they select the country, it pins a diamond hand to the location and shades the area of the map in a different color. The website records the holder as a count of holders in the country and does not record anything else. For example, once the first holder in a country is recorded, the diamond hand is pinned to that location. Then from there on, each record becomes a tally of holders that is accumulated, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This data may be very useful in showing areas where our holders are dominant and maybe where we need to focus on gaining more holders. But also creates a fun aspect to it, spinning the 3D globe on your smartphone, seeing where all the diamond hand holders are. This of course is reliant on holders going onto the website and entering their country. However, if they are true diamond hands in the project, they will want to be engaged and contribute. This also can be taken a step further. We can pin investment or crypto events in specific locations on the map to highlight to holders to go and attend these events and market and shill the project. For example, blockchain or crypto conventions, influencer meetups, and so on. Cost to develop the funds is not stated, so I guess that's something for us to try to figure out. And this one is from Elon Vitalik, once again, another banger. I like this. Creating a place where we can showcase the demographic of the holders is really cool, because even for new people or just people doing their own research coming into the project, I think a lot of people would be curious to see, like, maybe they're coming in from a country, let's say London, for example, or let's say people live in Africa or whatever country you want to call it. And they're coming to our website and they see that there is, 100 holders that are also in the same country that they are, or 1,000 holders or whatever. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. I think that'll be doable too. Kinyu, I know you're listening, Kaz. Is that something that is like easily doable on the website, or is that something that requires a lot of effort, programming, development? What do you think?
Yes, it does. I mean, in fact, I was reading that just the other day actually, and thinking about it. I've done like GPS-based applications and stuff before, but my only concern is to try and make sure that it just, people go like, oh, look, I live on this island here. I live on it. It would be quite easy to make it meaningless. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
people
yeah.
by people just pinning things anywhere they like. You know, people. This is the internet. People are idiots. You know, and
They're not even idiots. They just purposely try to like troll stuff, right? They just
exactly. That's
purposely
what I
try.
mean.
Yeah,
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 that's what I mean. So that is my only concern. But it's got me thinking about how something like that could be tied into stuff on the website. But yeah, without necessarily, I mean, clearly the perfect solution is one wallet for one pin, and we don't have to even disclose or record the actual wallet address. It's just that's the only way to. It's the perfect way to prove and to not allow the system to be gamed, unless people have got like 100 wallets or whatever and want to really go to town and troll. But
true.
that's yeah, from like a Web2 perspective, I'm like, oh my god, what a can of worms this would be, because yeah, people will just ruin it.
They'll troll it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and so the Web3 solution, it is a signature, through a wallet, and that actually solves so many problems. I mean, that's the beauty of it in many ways. But we'll just have to think about that.
yeah, that's something to think about for sure. The less things that people have to sign with their wallet, the better, in my opinion. So that's something that's kind of like a deal breaker for me, even on an idea like this, for example, just mainly because like an idea like this wouldn't be like the make or break thing of a project. And it's not like this idea will make the project moon, or if we don't do it, it'll make the project crash. It's just something that's like a quality of life improvement, and it will be cool to have, right? But if it has to do with us implementing a wallet signature, it's just like not worth it in my opinion, and kind of will cause people to ask too many unnecessary questions as to why they have to connect their wallet and this and that. But even though the intentions are obviously good,
I mean, when this came up before, when we touched on it briefly when you weren't feeling too well, and it is something that could be done on the official website, and so that would put people at ease. And
right.
one thing I've got to say as well is that the future will require people to do this sort of thing, and
100%.
it has to be trusted. We can't go around going, no, don't ever do that anywhere ever again. Otherwise we won't get anywhere, will we? And so I don't know, it just needs some careful thought. Otherwise it is just time wasted.
Yeah. I mean, I personally myself, I kind of know like what a large majority of our demographic of people who visit our website is, because like the website will tell you like, hey, you got to ping from Indonesia, or you got to ping from Europe, or you got to ping from America, or whatever. So we know like where a lot of people kind of visit the site from, in a sense, like what countries. But obviously that only records a very, very, very small amount of information compared to the 26,000+ people that we have as holders on Etherscan, and I don't even know how many tens of thousands of people we have off chain on centralized exchanges. That's something that I'm actually very, very curious about, and that's something I'm going to be doing a little bit of research on, is actually try to get a count of the holders that we have off chain. And maybe we're going to have to reach out to some of the representatives on some of those exchanges and see if those numbers can be disclosed to us, because that would be really cool if we could get an actual head count of how many holders we have off chain. It might be pleasantly surprising, and we could probably have like 3 times the amount of holders off chain than we do on chain, right? So I think it's pretty cool information to know the demographics. But then again, it's like we live in Web3. We pride ourselves in decentralization, so it's kind of like I don't really care where people are from, and that's one thing. But then another thing is like, as the project grows and as the project advances, it would be cool to know. Like, it would be cool to know like what country is a hotspot, what country supports the project the most, and things like that. They're cool little quirks and features that really go a long way.
Really interesting data. I agree. I'm just going to post into chat. That's like the last 90 days of Shibadoge.vip, just from like visitors via Google Analytics. So that's
how
just
crazy is that? How crazy is that?
Yeah. So you can see the hotspots there. in a way,
Beautiful.
without any kind of information kind of being revealed. But yeah, that's a really useful map to look at.
We're worldwide, man. From east to
Totally.
coast, from east to west, from coast to coast, baby.
Yeah, definitely worth thinking about that map thing. I've been thinking about that quite a bit.
This kind of is the Earth flat? According to this picture, it is. All right, guys. Hey, look, so I'm looking through some of the other proposals, and it looks like we've read the rest of them. Obviously, there wasn't like too many new ones this week, but the ones that were new were actually quality. So definitely quality over quantity. I'd rather read 2 really good ones than read 20 mediocre ones. So great job to the people who actually put in their proposals. You guys did great. I love them. There wasn't one that I didn't like, so that's definitely good. But I think we had a very solid AMA today, and I think some of the things that we talked about moving forward for like Twitter stuff that we're going to be doing and the YouTube stuff that we're going to be doing are going to be very impactful. So stay tuned, and we'll kind of see how things roll out within the coming weeks. I would really appreciate if you guys do your part in helping me out with the whole Twitter thing that I'm going to be experimenting with next week. It's not going to be hard. It's just probably going to require like 1 tweet per person, and every tweet counts, and every tweet will be helpful. So just keep your eyes open on Monday or something like that. I'll post instructions of how I want things to play out on that, and if you guys could tweet it out and kind of help out in that end for the Thursday AMA, that would be cool. And then as far as the Mint Monday for the upcoming Mint Monday comes, I think we're just going to open up the minting regularly at the regular mint price at 0.25. There is a different deal that we're thinking about. It just there still requires a little bit more thinking. But if we decide to go with a different form, we'll let you guys know. But as of now, I just want to let you guys know that the minting will just open up regularly. So if you do want to go up there and mint one, feel free to do so. It's 0.25 to mint a Shiba Army NFT. And if anything changes on that end, and if we do introduce some type of special or anything like that, I'll definitely let you guys know. Just keep your eyes open for that. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today.
I'd like to share something real quick, Leo. So hopefully they air it on Let's Make a Deal, season 14, episode 40 or 53. I was on the show yesterday, and I did a huge shout out to Shibadoge. So hopefully they don't cut it when they air the show. So we'll see.
Hell yeah. Let's make, what is that, a game show?
Yeah, Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady.
Oh, nice, dude. How'd you do? Did you do good? Did you make a deal or what?
No, I lost. Someone on the TV had to like say what we drew on a board, and my draw, I can't draw worth crap, and so I didn't win. But it's all good though. I still did a shout out, but we'll see how they edit it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, that sucks that you didn't win, but you should join our Pictionary games every now and then. You might be getting better and better at drawing stuff. So
I don't know about that. Maybe I will. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. No, that's cool though. I've always wanted to be a part of a game show. I mean, not anymore. I care less now, but growing up, that was like one of the coolest things for me. I used to watch game shows with my parents all the time, and I thought it was cool. So I mean, that's an awesome experience. I'm sure it's a lot different when you're on set and when you're actually like doing things. How was your experience? Would you would you do it again, or was it something where it was a lot different than you expected?
So I've done it before. My wife's super into them, and she goes on and wins all the time, and so she always makes me go on them. But we've gotten like 6 vacations out of game shows that she goes on.
Oh, damn!
So it's a good time. It's just whatever, something to do. Just good time, fun.
Oh yeah, bro. That's definitely cool. Hey, I'll take a free vacation anytime.
Absolutely. But keep up the
good work. Guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
Johnny. Appreciate you, bro, and appreciate you always being a major supporter for us, man. You're definitely one of our legends at this point.
I don't know about that, but I do appreciate that. Thank you, and I'll continue.
Thank you, brother. Hey guys, just
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too, bro. Just wanted to thank you guys all for joining us today. I'm going to be signing off. As always, if you miss Doge, that sucks. If you miss Shiba, that sucks. If you miss Shibadoge and everything else that's going to be coming down the pipeline, then I'm sorry to break it to you, but you suck. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hope you guys stay safe out there. Have fun. Don't go too crazy. I'll see you guys on Monday's AMA. If you need to reach me before then, feel free to tag me in the chat. Peace out.
Peace out.
Yes.